I've been doing lots and lots of feeder fishing over this winter and catching lots of skimmers and bream and even carp, roach. Really enjoying it. And one of the things that comes up a lot is, you know, you get asked about feeder choice. Not so much the size of feeder, but what kind of feeder you're using. There's that many on the market these days that it's important to try and get the choice right. I mean, my first choice of feeder when I'm fishing sensible distances in sensible depths is a standard cage like this. This is our new Garbolino one, beautiful little feeder, very, very strong, got plenty of weight on them for the size. Release the bait very, very quickly, and that's the key, and that's the important thing for me. I want to get the bait out of this feeder as soon as I can, because I don't know when I'm going to get the bite, but as long as the feeder is out, the feed is out of the feeder, I can get a bite any time, and the feed stays where it is, right on the spot where I cast it. That's where I want it to be, because that's where I want to get back to next time. What these feeds are not good for is that they're not good for casting a distance. Now, my other two feeders that I go to when I'm looking at casting distances are this style of feeder. Again, these are Garbolino ones. This is the weight forward, weight in the base one. And this is what we class as our bullet feeder. This is a very traditional style of feeder, one that you can cast extreme distances, cast them a heck of a long way, and if you ever need to go as far as possible, then that will get you as far as you want in terms of an open-end feeder. The only problem is, with both of these feeders, with the weight being on the bottom, it does restrict the flow of bait out of the feeder to a certain extent. So if I'm working within a decent distance, I'll always try and go to that one. This feeder I will go to for what I class as a medium distance, where if, for example, maybe fishing 45, 60 metres, it's a bit of wind on the water, you've got to be really accurate. And it just means that you do things properly. It compromises a little bit on the release of the feeder, but it just maintains that accuracy, and that is the most important thing. Releases the particles and the ground baits in the same way as all the other feeders. It's just that there tends to be smaller holes in the base, so you just need to be mindful of that when you're packing that feeder tight. You don't want to be packing it too tight in the bottom. You're better off actually pushing the bait through the top of the feeder and just dabbing it so that it releases much quicker than if you squeeze it tight. On the bullet feeder, fish it and just basically load it the same way as you would a standard feeder. Put your bait in either end, just squeeze it, and just don't make the mistake of trying to mould bait around the bullet. Just concentrate on the cage part of it. I see a lot of people almost turn it into like the old M-Stat style of feeder, where they just squeeze everything around it. That's the wrong way to do it. Use the bullet to carry the rig the distance you want it, and don't try and impede it by packing loads of ground bait around it. Pack loads of ground bait around the bottom of it and it won't release properly. So they're my three key feeders that I use whatever distance I'm fishing for skimmers and bream.